Sorry about the small hiccup in my uploading schedule that's been happening over like the past few days. I thought I had an LP episode uploaded and already scheduled, but it turns out I hadn't even uploaded it. It's still sitting in my Penumbra folder, so I'm like, okay, damn it, you guys are gonna get that on Tuesday instead. And Friday's video, it was just like, you know what, I need the day because I need to catch up on some of this homework because my teacher expects like 5 papers and a PowerPoint out of me, and I was like, okay, that's too much. You need to slow down, and I need to work on some of this shit. And I've kind of just been, I've got some other stuff on my plate too. So been busy this weekend, but it kind of worked out. So we have a monocolor match against rotating Racoon today, so that's kind of cool. Haven't really done a whole hell of a lot of these, and that is something I would definitely like to change because different colors and different things. Red coming out of me is really obvious, so I was like, I'm just gonna pick a different color and go with orange. But I thought Crustal was kind of a stretch just because, you know, he is orange, but the rock on him is like brown, and I guess orange and brown are sort of kind of like in the same group. I don't even know how that works, but whatever. So I decided to set up the stealth rocks, and I was like, okay, that is a lot of damage from Ice Beam. He has to be choiced, just, you know, get the element of surprise. And it turns out he's just sheer force and life orb. So my Floatzel comes in and dies just as quickly as it comes in, and that is really stupid because that is the fastest member on my team, and now I might not have some solid answers to some pokes on his team, which is really stupid. You know, I can't have a safe switch into Manectric and end up taking it out, so that's kind of shitty. But on top of that, I also bring the wrong Scrafty, so that's kind of cool, but not really. This is actually my bulk up dual stab resting set, and this sucks because I think this thing is actually, I think this thing might have a little bit of special defensive investment, and it just turns out that it's not really doing that good. But fucking, I live that earth power, but he's gonna go ahead and take me out with a flamethrower. See, he was right in switching up moves, just because, you know, when you're gonna get the kill, it makes sense to switch it up just in case they want to switch. But if he had switched out to flamethrower on Floatzel, that would have been great. But he just goes for stab, end up taking me out, and he took my Scrafty out. I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. I'm gonna bring in Dragonite and then just take you out with a waterfall. So that kind of works out from there. But he's going to bring in Manectric now. Now, what I didn't really know was right there was probably going to be the best opportunity to get some solid damage on it while I still have my multi-skill up, but I was like, okay, I'm just going to go into my Deoxys and set up the screens and let something else take care of it, because a T-Bolt is probably not going to do that much to me. And it turns out it really doesn't, but I should have paid attention to the fact that he had a Sharpedo, which to be honest, I probably should have set up the Reflect instead of the Crunch for that reason, because that thing is definitely a solid switch into this. The worst thing I can do to it is probably Toxic and then Seismic Toss it. I don't know if I even have... Do I have Recover on the set? I might. I might have Toxic and Recover, or Toxic and Seismic Toss. I don't know. You just get the screens up and then you do the stuff. But it turns out I actually live that Crunch, which is a little surprising to me. I don't know what kind of defensive investment this thing has. But I do get both screens up, and that's all this thing's going to get to do. But it's good because, you know, Sharpedo is just that big of a threat. But the thing is, you know, with the screens up, it's not really that much of a threat. It's just the Reflect is what I'm trying to say. I got the Reflect up, and now this thing's not going to be tearing huge holes in my team like Nidoqueen was. This thing is basically doing the same thing Nidoqueen was doing, but at a faster rate. So, cool thing is I can bring in Rotom now, and the forms are naturally bulkier, and they've actually lost their weakness to the fucking Crunch, just because, you know, normal Rotom and all that. But I take that Crunch surprisingly well, and I'm able to take him out with the T-Bolt, so that kind of works out from there. He can't even go for a stronger stab just because I resisted. So, and Rotom is actually kind of cool because he's orange, but he's got all the other colors around him, so he kind of works for like two monocolor things is what I'm trying to say. But the thing I probably should have done, actually no, I was right in doing that because Manectric runs Flamethrower Flamethrower or Overheat, so I was like, I don't want to stay in for that. But the screens were up, so at the same time, I maybe could have taken out the Leaf Storm right there. I just keep paying attention to that Manectric, because it's the fastest thing he has on his team, and I don't know what to do about it. But he does predict me going for the X-Scissor or the Earthquake. I don't know which one, but he goes into Swellow, and he ends up just, you know, eating a Stone Edge. So as fast as my Floatzel came in and died, his Swellow does the same thing. So kind of uneven ground in that aspect. But Kingdra's going to come in now, and I am very intent on just leaving this thing in his death fodder. So it turns out he ends up going for the Rain Dance. I was expecting some sort of dance out of this thing, but I'm going to go for the X-Scissor just to get sure damage. I do not want to miss a Stone Edge. And it turns out I get a crit on the X-Scissor. Stone Edge probably would have done reasonable amount less, you know, without the crit. But he ends up going for a waterfall, ends up getting a crit through the reflect. Does not matter because super effective, stab, boosted by rain, and yeah, that's what we got going on. Oh, and he's life orb. Did I mention that? Okay, well, there, he's life orb, so shit didn't matter at all. But I'm going to go into my Dragonite right now. This is a choice banded one, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the extreme speed, take him out. And it's looking like my Dragonite and my Rotom versus his Lucario and his fucking Manectric. That's it. Now, I probably should have had Rotom in there to take the waterfall. I was just kind of scared of taking an outrage at the range of HP I was at, but that was definitely the smarter play to just go in and take that thing out with a waterfall. Because if Lucario came in at that point and it turns out that it was I don't know if it was Jolly, but if he was adamant, then I could have outsped him and taken or done a decent amount to him with Thunderbolt, and then just locked myself in on E-Speed from here. But because of that, I have to switch in my Rotom to die to Death Fodder, so I can switch up moves on my Dragonite instead. And it's because my multi-scale's broken, and that Ice Punch did a lot of damage too. So gonna go for the Waterfall, which is good that it takes out the Lucario, but it's terrible with this because I actually now don't have an answer from Manectric because I'm a slower build of Dragonite, and I just end up dying to a T-Bolt. Boo-hoo. But it was a 1-0. Kind of a shorter game, but I did have fun with it. I will upload more monocolors to... I was going to say to this match. No, I will upload more monocolors to this channel, though, because I really like them. And I have a lot of pokes, and that's just kind of a way I can group them together, so it always kind of keeps something fresh going. Because you got regulars, and then you got shinies, and then that shit kind of works, too. So... that's going to do it for this game, just kind of giving you a sample of the games that are going to be a little bit more frequent on this channel. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like rating, or not make sure, you don't have to leave a like rating if you don't want to, but if you did enjoy it, that would be awesome. So you can do that, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do your thing. And let me just a reminder, Penumbra will be tomorrow night, and then I don't know, like these next 2 weeks are gonna be really busy, and then I got some stuff happening in August too, but I'll fill you guys in on that when that time comes along. So that's what we got going on. Oh, I finished recording TCG2 and Penumbra, so as soon as those run their course, I'm gonna actually start recording the other things. That I'm actually gonna play a scary game, is what I'm trying to say. And then, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling like I always do about my LPs. So, yeah, bye.